Greetings, I am Director of Arketer, joined as you can see by real Miss Steam.
Hi, there's your beloved dictator here.
Angry Fremen.
Hi, it's your beloved autist here.
And Orla Sarah.
Hi.
You ruined the theme.
I don't care.
Now, greetings to Mansquatch, Keishol, and Bishop in chat. Oh, and Master Hansen. Glad you can make it. Seems to be a bit of a laid-back day. Not much easy to go around. You can't imagine why that is. Probably just something in the weather. Maybe it's aliens.
Have you been watching Ancient Aliens Scan Arc?
No. In fact, I never watched Ancient Aliens. But it is truly a remarkable meme. Green Badger outdoors. Welcome, glad you could make it. Good relevant time of day to you all. Again, even you. Mansquatch. Greeting protracted. Okay. Greetings, ESP fan. Make it. Please don't make this stream be the Titanic. Lol. I can't promise anything, Master Hansen.
Sorry,
plan.
I can make streams whatever I want it to be.
Since Izub's not here, we're not going to be, doing the whole "I'm king of the world" scene.
I'm not doing that scene under any circumstances.
Well, Izub's just not here.
I hate that film, and have taken great pride in having never seen it straight through.
Would you prefer like the Disney ripoff Titanic?
No.
Well,
I want nothing to do with Titanics that haven't already sunk. I mean, sorting wreckage could be fun. Well, in any case, we've got just absolute crap tons of terrible news. So let's ease into it with some good news. Update, the city of Eureka has removed mysterious dildo atop the old town gazebo.
Aw, they've removed my dildo?
Miss Steam is going to want that back.
Update, 4:19 p.m. We must regretfully inform you that today's big fun is now done. Not long after local alert, Eureka City Manager Miles Slattery had a new and unique issue on his hands. A pair of city workers showed up in Old Town to remove the skyward-facing palace that had been sneakily affixed to the roof of the gazebo sometime, we think, in the last day or so. It was not easy to get off, as you might have thought. As you'll discover in the video above, the first few tugs revealed the subject was not simply suctioned on, as some of the local office first expected. The thing was totally screwed. As such, the city worker tasked with today's aerial dildo removal, employee of the month, called down to his colleagues for a vice grip and some channel lock pliers.
Yeah.
After a couple suspenseful minutes of twisting and
You know
turning,
it's a good dildo. You need pliers
Release.
for that shit. You know you got a good dildo when you need pliers for that shit.
the gazebo reporting probably wasn't exciting. I get the impression this is the most exciting thing that's happened in Eureka City in some time. Loco requested that he hold up his catch for a photo to commemorate the historic occasion. He respectfully declined. We did snap a few during the object's long removal, though. There was some concern that this might get the stream taken down, but I assure you, this won't be what gets the stream taken down if the stream is taken down. We got plenty of other things with which to get this stream taken down.
I don't know what you could mean by that.
Not that, but I will leave that jiggle shield up if I must. I mean, it hasn't even been prompted.
You know, I bothered to get dressed. I bothered not to show up naked for this.
I'm
Thank God.
Yes, I for one
Oh,
am
you're so
appreciative.
mean.
Everyone could have seen my beautiful nude body out in the open for everyone to enjoy. But because of you, no one's gonna fucking see it.
I'm gonna have to get that Ark of the Covenant lotion and sneak that in.
I respected that rule. So where the fuck's my fucking pride?
On top of a gazebo.
I feel oppressed. It's against women's rights.
You know, I understand that there's a town
Free the
in
nipple.
Japan that this would just be standard party decor. Oh well. Well, we'll keep going on. Greetings, Exodus. Glad you can make it. Don't worry, we're still intending a raffle. I'm working on it as being part of the special Sunday stream in the ish future. Just waiting for Anita to get back to me.
Oh, which reminds me, Frenemies Forever will be on tomorrow. The subject will be witches.
And you should know
Benny.
the subject. I'm
Does
sorry,
that
did you
mean
say
you'll
witches?
Exactly, it's fitting.
Oh, I misheard that one. That was mine.
Oh. I said sandwiches.
Hmm.
You know what witches used to keep as pets, right?
Black pussies.
Whatever gets you going.
No. Consider it a real live dildo.
The turtle dildo, yes, I know about that. Turtle shell dildo.
No, I mean a severed cock.
How would you be able to use a severed cock?
I
Oh,
assume
sounds
because
magic.
they're
Okay.
witches, it's magic.
It's like snake charming.
Oh, yeah. Makes sense.
You just blow and it grows.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense.
It looks like it was a good throw, Green Badger Outdoors, but no, they screwed that in place, which means that someone went to great lengths with power tools, possibly, to
My
adjust
concern
really.
is how they screwed it. Like, did
Nailed
they get
it.
a really long, like, screw? A really
No,
long screw. And put it in
basically,
bean style.
You can hire assassins to do anything if you've got enough money.
Strictly speaking, it's probably a nice break from the routine, especially if they get paid anything comparable.
Oh man, that was my good one. Ah.
Truly, their villainy knows.
This is what Steam does instead of pole dancing.
Greetings, old man, Enfield, Bride, and Yoda, and a bad-tempered badger. How'd you get? I'm glad you're enjoying the stream. Don't get too excited. This will not prove a theme. And will again not be what gets the stream taken down. That will probably have something to do with this. YouTube has removed 1 million videos for dangerous COVID-19 misinformation. In fact, Google has set aside millions of dollars dedicated just to making sure you're not getting COVID-19 misinformation that hasn't been officially approved.
Oh, propaganda. Yes.
We have a...
But if the propaganda's already working, does it really matter?
AutoSurf has donated $5 to support the stream, and the message is thus...
Oh. Thank you.
Let the mistress jiggle.
Proud of you.
Well, I aim to please. I aim to please. I'm gonna milk this. I'm gonna milk this dry.
That's what she said.
Just be glad I wasn't naked for that arc.
And now they.
Yes, notably, we're using Jitsi. If you don't like that, blame Rat. Only don't, because they're not really obligated to host the meet call every time, but they even told me they wouldn't be able to do it, so...
I had comments saying the jiggle lagged.
TechCrunch reports, YouTube's removed 1 million videos for dangerous COVID-19 misinformation since February 2020, according to YouTube's chief product officer, Neil Mahan. Mahan shared the statistic in a blog post outlining the company's approaches to misinformation on its platform. Misinformation has moved from the marginal to the mainstream, he wrote. No longer contained the sealed off worlds of Holocaust deniers and 9/11 truthers. It now stretches in every facet of society, sometimes tearing through communities with blistering speed. You know, bad fake news and misinformation, like you might have heard about, I don't know, metallic particulates in vaccines, having strange reactions to magnets and things like that. That, of course, was incredibly vile, very wrong misinformation that was reported by Nikkei Asia as happening in the 1.6 million Moderna doses withdrawn in Japan for contamination. Company confirms reports particulate matter in vials, but finds no safety issues. Metal particulate in your vaccine is no safety issue, according to them. Tokyo, New York, about 1.6 million doses of Moderna's coronavirus vaccine have been taken out of use in Japan because of contamination reported in some vials. Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare said early Thursday. Several vaccination centers reported vaccine vials contained foreign matter, according to an announcement from the ministry, which added it will seek to minimize the impact of the withdrawal on the country's inoculation program.
Ugh, I need a drink. You know.
Yeah, so things like that will probably be what gets this stream taken down. Like this one. 2 died in Japan after getting shots from suspended Moderna COVID-19 vaccines. 2 people died for receiving the Moderna COVID-19 vaccine, shots that were among the lots later suspended following the discovery of contaminants. Japan's health ministry said on Saturday, August 28th. The men in their 30s died this month within days of receiving their second Moderna doses, the ministry said in release. Each shot from one of the 3 manufacturing lots suspended on Thursday. The cause of death is still being investigated. So, remember, that's the sort of misinformation that may just get this brought down, you know.
See, one thing I find fascinating, well, actually 2 things. The U.S. is beyond the maximum R0 requirement for for herd immunity, meaning that, you know, our COVID cases shouldn't be going up right now. I got it.
Yeah, isn't that funny? They shouldn't be, yet they seem to be, and that's just the answer. That question, of course, is that we need more vaccination, more lockdowns, and more economic stress.
Well, as the current numbers are saying that we need now 80% vaccination rate, even though the consensus on the transmissibility of COVID requires a 60% rate. We're over 60% now.
Apparently, the science has changed.
Oh, I think I need another swig.
I got flies.
You're gay. Don't mind that.
Ugh.
That said, if you're in America, there's some good news. I've got some great news for you. If you are in the States or even the UK, at least you're not in Australia. If you're in Australia, I'm sorry.
From the Health Act.
You're in
Been
Australia.
isolating this
You're
whole
already a
time, mate.
failure.
Were you at Rhodes or Parramatta or anything?
Never.
What do you think of people applauding in the background that you've been caught?
Australia is just
Got that
place
cage
that
door?
is filled with the UK's rejects, and that's saying
What's known
something.
as a Section 62.
If you weren't able to catch that video, that was a COVID fugitive being arrested. Yes, he's committed the crime of being hypothetically ill. And curiously, they're treating him like straight up
From the,
hazardous
the
material.
This
I
whole
mean,
time,
look,
mate.
why the hell are any of them dressed like that? In hypothetical respect to what we're supposed to know about this disease.
Well, clearly they are handling Typhoid Mary right there.
Apparently so. This dreaded COVID fugitive. I wonder if we're going to see that phrase more frequently in the future.
You know, I
Oh,
remember
most
there was
probably.
a couple like a week or two ago, there was New Zealand posted a tweet about, you know, how, you know, you're like, it's in reference to a game, I believe, that kids play, but it was literally just, you know, stay at home, don't go outside or anything like that. And one of the replies is guy literally asking, but can I please see my family? And like, not like, can I see them, asking the police permission to see their own family.
Alright, I've come to reset.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. And, you know, New Zealand has also been quite proud of its new quarantine camp. It's not a concentration camp if they call it a quarantine camp.
There's nothing wrong with second-class citizens.
no, there's nothing wrong with second-class citizens at all. And you know, this is perfectly fine if you want to take over a country, but the best way to make people do what you want is to make them feel powerful and like they're saving the world and that they're going to make a big change in the world, you know, and they're fighting against oppressive governments. That's how you get people to do whatever the fuck you want.
Scare them crazy?
I've been doing
Take away their
I've been
freedoms?
doing it for years.
Make a big show of giving them some of their freedoms back if they're really obedient. For a
You've
while.
been pointing at people's penises for years.
I've been doing stuff behind the scenes for years.
Something that can't be laid at the feet of Australia or the UK, we have... Well, the good news is that they're still clearly LARPing Civil War. Nope, actual Civil War. We're just seeing some LARPers, but they kind of stopped pretending either has the moral high ground, and I'm thinking it might get a bit uglier from here. A clash between Proud Boys and Antifa. I haven't seen those before. What action pack? Oh! They're boldly damaging cars!
Not the cars! No!
Well, see, I was worried that we were going to see a truck of peace there for a second.
You would think that if the people they were harassing were as bad as they pretend, there would be a lot of car and trucks of peace going on here.
We're not that country yet.
Straight through.
Look, it's pretty hard to tell who the hell is what in all this, and I'm not even sure if it matters anymore.
Right.
People are asking, where are the police in all this? Well, probably taking a coffee break, and if I were part of the Portland police unit, I would too. There is no benefit in getting involved in this, especially when your bosses are complicit in lobbying for funding and shit. In any case, that's enough. Sorry, Steve, you were saying.
Never mind. Fuck you.
Not on stream.
But I want to do it on stream.
Life is
Sub
full
to
of
Steam's
disappointments.
OnlyFans to see behind-the-scenes content.
Brian donated $20 to support the stream and has asked this question. Australia is a place where everything wants to kill you. It once produced strong individuals. What happened? Just returning to its roots. Once a prison island. Future prison island. I guess it's familiar, but I would say if I were in Australia, now's a good time to study the legend of Ned Kelly.
I approve.
Let's go Bush. You can do it better than you ever did.
Today.
And we might get more armor. I mean, he pushed armor forward as a discipline at the time. Maybe some descendant of his could push the bar up. Maybe we will finally get Iron Man.
Do you got non-depressing ones?
We did actually have an Iron Man suit made already. Adam Savage wore it.
Okay, so you probably don't want dogs shot dead by the Berkshire Council.
No.
No? Okay. Sri Lanka Health Ministry permit magic potions made by sorcerers COVID cures has been replaced.
That's good. Go with that.
Like my stream has been hijacked. A Sri Lankan Health Ministry promoted magic potions made by sorcerer as COVID cures has been replaced. Former Sri Lankan Health Minister Pavithra Waniarchi
Waniara.
Waniarchi
Wanashashi.
Waniarchi
Wanashashi.
Waniarchi Most of the Chinese tourists who discharged from hospital after contracting COVID, but it was taken at the main infectious disease hospital near Colombo on February 19th following recovery. Sri Lankan president said on Monday that he replaced the health ministry who previously promoted potions and magic water as cures for COVID-19, reported the AFP. This comes from Insider.com. Pavritha Waniachi had publicly endorsed a syrup made by self-described sorcerer Damika Bandera. Bandera claimed... Okay, as far as sorcerer names goes, that sounds pretty metal. I like that.
What was his name? Damika.
Damika Bandara. You now face the wrath of Damika Bandara.
I think it would be Tahanuka.
Oh, hang on.
Still.
Let me just. Damika Bandara.
Indeed, that's. Look, if I ever play D&D again, I'm making a character and they'll be named Damika Bandara. In any case, Bandara claimed the recipe was given to him by the Hindu goddess Kali, the goddess of death and destruction, and promised users permanent protection against COVID-19. Which I find really hard to buy, because I got the impression that Kali is kind of like the original militant, kill-all-men feminist. So the idea that she'd be providing a male sorcerer with any sort of cure-all, just... Exted out. In any case, while doctors dismissed the cure, thousands still traveled to Bandara's home district in the district of Kadgal for $13 bottles of potion made of nutmeg and honey, reported Al Jazeera. So at least it tastes nice.
That is a plus.
Yeah.
I mean, if you're just drinking a bottle of...
Apparently it's not easy to sell COVID cures. Buy my newly tested COVID cure. It's only $59.99, and you get a free paper straw. Buy now and give me your souls.
Buy my bathwater. It cures COVID.
Order quickly before the straw dissolves. In any case, if you drink a potion that is mostly nutmeg and honey, you'll at least feel nice for a while until the sugar rush wears off. Greetings, by the way, to Nightwolf and let's see, no one's missing Nerdy Rodent.
Introducing Mist Steam bathwater mixed with motor oil and grease. It cures COVID-19 better than you would than science will tell you is ever true or ever possible. Buy today.
Buy today, and you get to fuck one of my prostitutes. And no, you don't get to pay.
They're all Ezoop.
Actually, yeah. you got that nail on the head. It is always.
I got a smile out of Ark, damn it.
I'm just wondering if it's as safe to do when he's quite possibly just lurking somewhere. See.
Oh, he's just dead at the moment.
It does happen regularly. Traditional herbal medicine is popular in Sri Lanka. The country's Council of Indigenous Medicine fast-tracked approval of the treatment. Pro-government media promoted Bandera's potion, and several politicians were photographed drinking the syrup, including Waniara Chichi and Women and Child Development Minister Piel Nishantha de Silva, according to Nikkei Asia. Both Waniara Chichi and Miss Shantha de Silva later contracted COVID, and Waniara Chichi's case was severe enough that she ended up in intensive care. So,
3 bottles sold to the nerdy rodents. Now just give me, wait, 599. So
That's 1,800 minus 3.
look, if anyone wants to actually buy some bioliquid that Miss Steam is
Or
producing,
$799.97. That's what it comes to Steam.
contact
£10,000.
DMs and sort it out there.
No, that's the weight of 3 Ezoops.
Look, I'm flirting with
Oh.
enough legal trouble doing this as it is. Thank you very much. Sri Lanka is apparently
Fine.
struggling to contain the latest surge in COVID-19 infections because who hypothetically isn't, so they keep telling us to date Sri Lanka has recorded 359,000 cases and 6,253 deaths. According to Johns Hopkins University, the country recorded a high of more than 3,667 deaths on Monday. Despite a surge in cases, the country has so far rejected a lockdown to contain the virus. Oh no! But on Tuesday, it banned weddings and public gatherings, while restaurants are only allowed to operate with 50% capacity, reported Sri Lanka's Daily News.
Sweden actually is really low when it comes to COVID numbers right now. Like, they're getting, what is that, 1,500 a day compared to getting, like, close to 16,000 like 4 months ago.
How many lockdowns have they had, Fruman?
0. And there are
That can't be
studies
true!
there are studies that show that actually getting infected with COVID provides better protection than the vaccine.
Yep, that hypothetical I'm told was always obviously true. Anyone who said otherwise is being absurd. Which, of course, directly contradicts the CDC, who said the vaccines provide better protection than surviving the virus.
A baker dozen of the COVID. A baker dozen of the COVID cure to Nightwolf.
We're going to be having a lot of dead Ezoops soon. We're already in the mid-900s.
Oh, we're gonna have a thousand e-soups by Christmas.
We technically already passed that. You just couldn't count past 869.
Shut up! I can count.
So, morale check. Steam, myth-informed
1, 2,
microports.
5, 9. I can count fine. Fuck you.
I take it you're not really in charge of the engineering in practice.
Why would I be in charge of the engineering? I'm a dictator, not an engineer.
Delegate. Okay, yeah, that explains why things still work. Myth-informed NKE reports that Professor of Psychology at Duquesne University, Derek Cook, defends the quote that white people should commit suicide as an ethical act, as an opportunity to castrate whites.
I thought that whiteness wasn't, like, by the critical race theory, whiteness isn't about race. You can have black people that are white. You can have Asian people that are white. What matters is that they have a white mentality, whatever that means.
Basically, anyone can be white if you disagree with someone peddling this complete claptrap.
Yep.
And if your skin color is the right tone, you're also inevitably white, which is something this particular dimwit doesn't seem to grasp. In any case, let's hear it from the horse's ass himself.
Ruined by straw.
And here's a quote. He made the assertion that white people should commit suicide as an ethical act. And here's a quote from him directly. The reality in South Africa today is that most white people spend their whole lives only engaging black South Africans in subservient positions.
White
My
people
question
should commit
is then how can a
suicide
person not be
as an
racist if that's the way they live their
ethical
lives? The only way then for white people
No.
to become part of Africa is not to exist as white people anymore.
I mean,
The
Slave,
goal is
damn
to
it.
dismantle white supremacy and white supremacy.
I mean,
No, I'm
just-
not to be accused of being a
And the goal
racist
has to
slave
be-
owner,
has
okay?
to be to
I've got
dismantle
slaves
white
from
culture and
all,
ultimately white people
from all over
themselves.
the world.
The total integration
If I
into
just start
Africa
killing
of
the
white
white
people
slaves,
will
then
also
people will just
automatically then
become a
mean the death of
racist
white people
slave
as
owner that
white
just
as a
gets the
concept
Asian and
would
blacks.
not exist anymore.
Just get weeders.
Crazy
Those guys
gambits,
aren't oppressed.
We've got
this
to.
book. I want to
audio.
suggest that psychoanalytically we could even make the argument that there was something
One second.
ethical in Delport's statements. Now, I suppose, parenthetically, we could say that Delport's kind of a young, fired-up academic, and maybe, there's a little bit too much of a dramatization in some of his comments. But nevertheless, I want to make the argument that there is some kind of ethical dimension to his provocations. I think that Delport took his white audience to the threshold of a type of symbolic extinction, or at least the contemplation of what that might be. He took them to a proposed end of whiteness. Or, in more psychoanalytic terms, we could say that Delport offered his white audience the opportunity, one they didn't seem to appreciate for the most part, but the opportunity to contemplate what we could call the castration of whiteness.
The castration of whiteness. And quite frankly, if you take that deal, well, it'd be a net positive.
I didn't. What was he saying? We couldn't hear it.
Oh, basically it was just a symbolic suicide, and they're just trying to castrate whiteness as an identity.
Yes.
Ah.
Which is interesting because whiteness
Well,
as an identity is prescriptive, not descriptive, meaning that I can call anyone white.
And so can
Well,
they.
I mean, fuck's sake.
Go on.
I've fucking forgotten now. Jesus fucking Christ.
Just one of those days, man. Just one of those days. In any case, please do look up Myth-Informed if you are so interested. These are the sorts of things that are surely much more perilous to the channel than a dildo on a pavilion. But let's go back to something cheery.
I'm gonna rip your nipples off.
We will never again be in the same room. It's going to be
Challenge
a challenge.
accepted.
I hate forgetting what I'm about to say. I'm gonna talk to you.
UK's
How are you going to
replaced
torture him? Do you remember?
psychologically every Wednesday, and this Sunday, and irregularly on Saturday.
Yeah, but that's psychological torture. That's different.
That's the best you can do. No. Done physical proximity once, and it did so poorly I erased memories of it, although I still saw the footage.
I mean, there are ways that you can make it work.
I felt things. So many things. I wonder if I can find... It's not here. Alright.
So this is from BBC.com, and the better title of this apparently is Paul Taylor's Moronic Moped Marathon. Paul Taylor said that apparently even Spaniels think he is nuts, and why shouldn't they? He presumes to read their minds. A man is embarking...
I had too much Prino.
Missteams bathwater. It causes internal bleeding.
That's just toxins leaving the body.
It feels something trying to leave my body.
It's so effective, I can feel toxins trying to leave my body too now.
Missteams bathwater. Drink it to get an abortion.
They're very laughing. I'm gonna throw up.
No, if we're too happy, I can go back to the dead dog article. Bring the mood down.
No.
And it's not funny at all.
Don't.
That will kill any risk of laughter whatsoever.
Yeah, no, I don't want to hear about dead dogs, thank you.
Okay, then. Paul Taylor from Wantage, Oxfordshire, is making the charity fundraising trip in memory of Friendly Dog Cancer. His journey will begin in Shitterton, Dorset, on Wednesday, and will take in locations such as Twat in Orkney and Booze in the Yorkshire Dales.
No, if he was going it backwards, he'd be visiting Izu.
His journey will... Mr. Taylor's Slovenian Tomos XL45 Classic is top speed 28 miles per hour. And here are some of the signs of the places he's going to. Binston, Kirkwall, Twat, Butthole Lane, Dull, and Shitterton. Shitterton. It's got to be hard living in Shitterton and existing on the internet, especially if you're talking to someone you're giving your postal address to. They're never going to believe you.
I live in 123 Shitterton Lane.
12.
Well, no. They live in 123 Butthole Lane, Shitterton to town.
Oh.
Although now I want Butthole Lane to be in Shitterton. Just on the outside of Shitterton, though.
I want to move to Shitterton.
I don't know if Dirty wouldn't just make these up on the fly, but it's entirely plausible the real, so I'm going to read them off anyway. Penistone and Scunthorpe are the best places.
They are.
And furthermore, Redwood hopes they visit Upper Ramsbottom.
If anything, people should definitely visit Cuckold. It's a little village called Cuckold.
See, I now want to go to I want Butthole Lane to be right outside Shitterton, just so you can say, okay, you want to go to Shitterton? Just take the road down Butthole Lane, and you're going to be surrounded by the Shittonians. I like that, Shittonian.
He said he chose Shitterton near Bear Regis as a starting point because of its appealing name. Everyone starts a long journey like that from Lansdowne to Jono Groats. I want to do something similar, with a bit of a twist, he said. Related articles are almost as amusing in their own right. Map shows weirdest place names in the world, new Shitterton sign set in stone, and WI Fair censors rude place names. Well, might go to those next. In the meantime, though, there are some good ones around there, like Happy Bottom Nature Reserve and Sandy Balls New Forest Holiday Park.
Yeah. Sandy Balls.
Oh. Ooh.
Too funny? Dead dogs. I will save you further misfortune by bringing
bathwater. It tastes just as good coming up.
Oh, I got a stomachache.
Sorry.
I drank too much.
I'm proud of you. Stop dying.
Dead dogs?
Make me.
Huh?
No, dead.
Okay,
what is your weird obsession with dead dogs?
You said the laughing was upsetting you and aggravating your condition. I'm just trying to help.
Are you aware of the DC superhero named the Dog Welder?
I swear to God, you got such a fixation on dead dogs. It's
No,
concerning.
it's just a very clear. It's an absolute mood killer of an article, guaranteed to stop you chuckling.
Next live stream that we do, we're gonna need to get Ark, just I have the picture in mind already, but it's just gonna be him with a bunch of holding two dead dogs, and he has the biggest fucking grin in this picture too.
Brian has been to Horton cum Studley in England. That's not on this list even. I think this guy needs to put on his tour. Other destinations in his tour include Pity Me in Durham, Dull in Perth, and Kinross, and the neighbouring hamlets of Crazy's Hill and Cockpole Green near Reading in Berkshire.
Oh, there's also Fickerton. Fuckerton.
Kind of pity they haven't
it's not even spelled out.
all of them. Funny street names in his itinerary include The Knob in King Sutton, Northamptonshire Butthole Lane in Shropshire, Leicestershire, and Tiddy Ho in Rounds, Northamptonshire.
Think we found where Miss Steam's bunker is. I mean, what?
What?
Nothing.
Mr. Taylor said after his...
Hampshire, I'm not a fucking pleb.
Mr. Taylor said after his friend Alexis Leventis died of cancer last year, age 55, he wanted to do something to help beat this awful disease. I thought this trip was a suitably ridiculous place to stop, and as Alexis was a motorcyclist as well as a car nut, 2 wheels was not only appropriate, but made it more of an adventure.
Ooh.
Mr. Taylor has named his challenge the Moronic Moped Marathon will be mostly camping on his trip. He is raising money for the Institute of Cancer Research and will be recording his progress in social media. "16th of August, if he's allowed to complete his trip, that should be a good one." Was that Carol the Wolf mentioned sick fuck needs to vanish and never come back? I don't think I mentioned Carol. No. If you're referring to the previous article, I can tell you right now, it had absolutely nothing to do with Carol the Wolf.
Oh.
This is not to say it's necessarily better. In fact, it can be just as infuriating regardless. But Steam isn't laughing hard enough for me to go back to that article. So if people want to go to that article to kill the mood, Steam's going to have to be much more danger of vomiting gratuitously. Let's see. Map shows weirdest place names in the world. This is promising.
Well, I mean, if you want some good ones, I did post 2 earlier. I mean, we can do it after these 2, or this one. One is man cuts off penis while being chased by police, and another person dies after using glue to seal off his dick.
I wanna hear that one.
Okay, Froman. I don't have that one loaded, but
I'll DM it to you.
very good. It's clearly a request. Royal Seraph has donated $5 to support the stream.
Oh.
I don't think
And
you
to
should
say-
be shaking right now, Steam.
But it's clearly what Royal Seraph wanted because their message is Kitty Ho!
Titty ho!
Oh, fair.
Tit ho, tit ho, tit 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 tit.
I'm proud of you.
Oh god.
This map shows the weirdest names of places in the world. Map makers Strumpshaw, Tinkleton, and Giggleswick have created a map of the weirdest place names in the world from Lake Minnewanka in Canada to Bonar Bridge in the UK. A map pinpoints 280 towns, villages, roads, and lakes, the weirdest names in the world. As far as maps go, it's useless for navigation, but it will probably make you laugh. You might think it took years to track down Intercourse Island in Australia, but Humphrey Butler, the founder of the company, tells Newsbeat that that wasn't the case. The map, could have taken much longer to research, but we were just looking for the funniest and weirdest 200 places, he said. And when your day job involves looking for weird words on maps, the time passes quite quickly. Why, here we have one map. Bob's Knob, Big Knob Waterhole, Hungry Knob, Scented Knob, Muff Creek, 6 Mile Knob, Intercourse Island, Dogger's Gorge.
Wait. I'm the British person here. I need to say this pretentiously as possible.
But it's Australia.
Oh, never mind then.
Does that look like the UK to you?
Muff Creek,
Wait,
6
Listen,
Mile
I
Knob.
had a lot of Prino at this point, and you know, I'm not sure.
Officer, I assure you I have not been drinking tonight.
I haven't seen the cut off dick article, but I'm now haunted by just the idea because it feels like, was he a mutant? Is he like a lizard? Drops off the tail and just flops around to distract the predators?
See, I feel like it was like, how like in horror movies they like throw a rock and he's just like, I don't have a fucking rock. Well, I guess this has to go.
See, I've had accidents in foreplay before, and to be fair, the dick can last for like another 3 seconds before it dies, if you cut it in the right place.
That's chickens.
But I would
It
imagine,
doesn't,
unfortunately, that
flop
Australia
around, but it kind of twitches a little.
was named by the British, so I suppose that's why we have names like 6 Mile Knob, Bastard Bore, 2 Mile Knob, Double Knob, Mount Fanny, Peculiar Knob, Butt Street, Rudy Hill, Bullshit Hill, Cooleyard Knobbing, Permanent Knob, Delicate Knobby, Curly Dick Road, Bottom Bush Scenic Reserve, Burham Buttock, Mountain Buggery, Spanker Knob, Bob's Knob, Windy Saddle, Stevens Passage, Billy's Knob, Devil's Knob, Jim's Knob, Richard's Knob, and Shaggery Gully.
Oh, you forgot Titty Wobble or Tit Wobble Lane.
No, there's too much to fit in on this. But truly the best must be
There is puke
Lovely
on there.
Bottom. It's way too close to Pisspot Creek.
Sorry, that was good.
There is puke on there, and I'm worried there's going to be puke down there.
I'm sorry, that was too good.
Okay, to keep the mood light, we'll go on to people just doing gruesome damage to their own genitalia.
Yay! My favourite thing.
From India.com, courtesy of Furman, Gujarat man seals private parts during using adhesive instead of condom during intercourse, dies. While getting intimate, the couple decided to use an adhesive to seal off Solomon's private parts during the intercourse to avoid pregnancy, as they didn't have any condom. What's wrong with it? I'm finishing that thought.
Don't have any condom.
Look. It's rather clear that when there's no condom near, you just use Gorilla Glue. I mean,
What
that
is it
has a
think?
great...
This is why it's the perks of fucking me. You won't get me pregnant. There's nothing livable down there.
There's a
Yeah.
lot of yeast. There's a lot of yeast.
That's how you get fried knot.
Well,
Please,
honestly, you
accidents
just
are holding penises, and everyone's bloody scared to fuck it.
look. It's like a You just put like a raw fish in, and you get battered cod out.
I
Oh,
met a
put
bad
fish in my-
and a
no,
shocking
fish in my-
incident. By the way, audience, how is the audio this time? I'm using a new microphone. It should be an upgrade. If you notice an improvement or no change, feel free to mention. In the meanwhile, we'll go through this.
And
Terrible
you
superfoods.
can thank the Ahara Foundation for setting you up a lovely microphone with our fine Commentium.
What does Commentium do?
If I was allowed to
None of
use
your
the
fucking
funds from that, I would have gotten something that I wouldn't need to speak to at all. I could just think my thoughts and it would transmit them. Which would probably backfire terribly, so I'm glad I didn't go that route.
It's true.
I
Ark
mean,
is a sick
my-
individual.
Well, no, I'm just a lot more vulgar. I mean, I try to be relatively polite on general, but lots of colorful language in here that I try to keep contained. I mean,
Oh, I like it if you uncontain them. Come on, what are you going to say? You're going to talk dirty to me? Come on, talk dirty to me. Come on. I can talk dirty.
Steam wants you to splatter her with your colorful language.
thank you for your report, Night Wolf. Ahmedabad, in a shocking incident, 25-year-old man in Gujarat, Ahmedabad, died after using an adhesive to seal his private parts instead of using a condom during intercourse with his girlfriend. The incident, 25 years old, he thought it was a good idea. That's a failure of education. The incident happened on June 22nd when Salman Mirza, a resident of Fatehwadi, Ahmedabad, checked into a hotel with his former fiancée and another woman. Notably, the duo were drug addicts. Ah.
Well,
Upon
that's where
reaching
the
the
glue
hotel-
came from. Oh God. Nose
It's
to
what-
dick contact.
Upon reaching the hotel, the couple first consumed drugs, then they decided to engage in sexual activity. While getting intimate, the couple decided to use an adhesive to seal off Salman's private parts during the intercourse to avoid pregnancy, as they didn't have any condom. However, he was found unconscious the next day in the shrubs by a person known to him who brought him home. After his condition deteriorated, he was rushed to Seoul Civil Hospital, where he succumbed to his condition. I don't know about you, but I like the feeling that there's missing steps in this story.
Ooh, new torture method. Interesting.
Yes.
Since they did
from
not
beans,
protection.
beans and then glue steam. Beans then glue.
Beans and then that is an awesome. I need a test subject. Ark, do you want to be a test subject? Come on, Ark, do you want to be my test subject?
That's
You'll
not
renown science.
happening.
You will be a hero.
He only
to my
has a
peasants.
bean.
Thank you for the
Actually,
report.
I'm not sure if we can
Well,
fit
in
through.
order, you've actually been helpful in enabling this upgrade, sir. Again.
Actually, I don't know if we can actually fit 3 beans in after.
No one's going to get the chance to try. Since they don't have any protection, they decide to apply adhesive on his private parts to ensure she does not get pregnant. They were carrying the adhesive as they occasionally used it with Whitener to inhale the mixture for kick. Unfortunately, the adhesive damaged Salmon's organs and he died due to total organ failure. Report by the Times of India quoted an officer as saying,
I can try.
See, the other article that I read called it cataclysmic organ failure.
how much glue did they just squirt up in this poor bastard?
Well, they bought a lifetime supply of Gorilla Glue and just, mounted himself. Isn't that also acidic to the end? Oh.
Ooh. New game.
Well.
I can know you from my ex-lover. He's in the torture chamber at the moment. Apparently he thought it was a good idea to cheat on me. He's like, but you have sex with everybody else. I'm like, yeah, well, it doesn't work both ways. What's wrong, officer?
Needless to say, this is a sticky situation.
Oh, shut up, Furman.
A case of accident death has been registered after Sarah Banu Mirza, someone's relative, lodged a complaint with police. We're waiting on a report of the deceased visitor sample that has been sent for further examination. DCP Zone 7. Premsukdelu told Times of India. Notably, Solomon was a sole brother donor for his family, which includes elder parents and 2 sisters. Okay, well then, where do we go from here? We can probably squeeze in another article.
Bloody rodent. News at 10. Woman runs out of lube. Uses superglue on dildo. Finds herself attached to the building.
To the gazebo.
Yes.
I think they were there to see that. Very well, we will finish things off.
I wonder if someone's ever superglued a dildo and then just shoved it up their partner's ass.
When there's a will, there's a way.
It surely has wound up in an article somewhere, and we'll probably come across it one day.
Like, I have some questionable articles when it comes to, people's behind, but...
Want to work on it? Think I'm done with this for the night. Too much stupid.
That's what we aim for.
I fully understand Roger Wilco, 98. And there's a way sometimes a will should be written. That is the real lesson here, sometimes. Good, it's good to prepare for worst case scenarios, especially when you're creating one of the worst imaginable. Okay, one more, we'll rush through this so we can do promotion. Cookville man cuts off penis while being chased by police. Law enforcement officers encountered a bizarre incident Wednesday morning as a Cookville man led on a 2-county pursuit from Dowelltown to Lebanon on Highway 70. What they learned was the man, 39-year-old Tyson Gilbert, had severed his own penis and tossed out the car window somewhere along the route, either before or during the chase. Gilbert said he heard voices in the car radio telling him to commit the act in order to save the world.
I love that. That's magnificent. But
Go on.
I'm just thinking, like, is there like some sort of like, ignoring that, is there like some sort of rationale that, you know, throwing your penis out the window will give the cops the slip?
Well, it was the voices on the radio weren't even saying that it would stop him from being arrested. He was doing it to save the world. You know, for the greater good.
Was he a rapist?
I don't know, but certainly he's prone to going out of his mind in some questionably legally accountable way. Trooper Bobby Johnson of the Tennessee Highway Patrol was the first to come across Gilbert after spotting his Undercord parked partially in the roadway on Highway 70 at Dowelltown. When I pulled up behind and turned my lights on, he took off and refused to stop. He was all over the road the whole time. He turned off on Old Liberty Road and came to a stop. He opened the door. He was naked and covered in blood. He then shut his door and kept driving, said Trooper Johnson. There's a link to read more, but we're not. Meanwhile, this is a completely unnecessary PSA, but if voices in your head on the radio tell you to cut off your dick or any genitalia to save the world, you're either nuts or you're being trolled by hackers, or if demons are real, they are just really, really screwing with you. There's just no plausible context in which cutting off one's dick and throwing out the window will save the world.
Ow. Actually hurt.
Unless it did and we just don't know how. I mean, what if he was right? What if this is more of an Alex Jones moment than any Alex Jones moment heretofore known to man?
Clearly, the globalists wanted him to keep his dick.
Maybe this will be the next Marvel's What If.
Maybe I've had enough of these.
Well, that would imply that we're in the Marvel cinematic universe. That was proven true.
Yes, but I'm singing the.
I know.
Mean-worthy, but not nearly as wrong as a just world would have had. But we don't live in a just world.
I joke, what would you rather live in a world where Alex Jones was right about everything or the Young Turks was right about everything? Oh.
Just shoot me now.
Well, it seems like we're already living in one.
Well, I live in a world where everything I say is true.
Cheers, Roger Wickler 98. Now, dead demons are totally real, just not like the stories. Yes, well,
Yes, I've met your friend, Orla.
I would
Gave me
hope
quite
they're
a
not.
scare in the toilet.
If you know the ones that are responsible for this, you need to tell them, not cool, bro. Not cool. Not cool.
Also, can you tell your friends to stop eating my staff? Do you know how hard it is to do contracts?
Meanwhile, we are just about out of time. Please feel free to continue supporting the stream by supportive means, not necessarily monetarily. Tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell random people just to see their expression on their face.
And tomorrow, 10 p.m. GMT, 4 p.m. CST, is Frenemies Forever, where I torture the dear Director Arketer.
That is objectively
My
true.
amusement. And also,
The topic is bitches.
If you like my artwork, then please go to the Redbubble store down below, and also his stuff too.
Yes, and EasyZoop isn't here to promote Reservoir Slobs, but we'll just pretend he was, and pretend he threw a link in the chat they should click to go watch Reservoir Slobs, which I endorse.
And see, Rat is the one who's supposed to do that, so one could argue that Ezub not being here is just Rat's fault. Oh my god, does this all tie in with the penis out the window?
No.
That's just what they want you to think.
And